Hello my friends, in today's video we're going to talk about the Pantone color of the year for 2026. I am really excited about this color. If you have followed me for any length of time, then you know that I love a good white manicure, white pedicure. I love combining white into other manicures and just doing really pretty combinations. White really can go with anything. You can combine it with whatever you want. You can wear it by itself. You can use it for nail art. You can really use it for anything. So I love it. I am on board with this color. So what I did is I pulled out all of the polishes that fit into this color category. And what I also did is I pulled up different blogs that are recommending some polishes, because even though I don't have it, maybe you guys do, and it'll serve as a reminder for you guys to bring those out. So let's see, let's go on to Pantone's website. I do have my glasses here. I had them on, but look, I have a large ring light and a small ring light here. I am dependent on these lights at the moment. It is a very dark, gloomy day. It's been raining on and off, and we have a winter storm coming, so I'm gonna have to pull in the glasses. You're gonna see the glare for small portions of the video, but I am dependent on them, so please bear with me. All right, so Pantone color on their website, this color is called Cloud Dancer, and it's the number 11-4201. And on Pantone's website, it's described as a lofty white that serves as a symbol of calming influence in a society rediscovering the value of quiet reflection. A billowy white imbued with serenity. It's a very soft, very calming type of color. It's not a crisp white, okay? It's not stark and in your face. It's a little bit more subdued for sure. Cloud Dancer encourages true relaxation and focus, allowing the mind to wander and creativity to breathe, making room for innovation. And I have to agree with that, because white is such an easy color to pair up with so many other things. The possibilities are endless. So it says here, with its expansive presence, the Pantone color invites a space where function and feeling intertwine to build atmospheres of serenity and spaciousness. Okay, they're kind of referring to the same things here. Providing a refuge of visual cleanliness and inspires well-being and lightness. And I think, I don't know if it was on this website, but I saw somewhere saying that it is, yes, it provides a, cleanliness, right? The visual cleanliness. But somewhere I read that it's not sterile though. It's not meant to look sterile. Okay, let me go to the AI description and whoopsie. I don't want to move you. Let's see. So AI says that the color of the year is a soft, airy, and slightly warm off-white, described as a whisper of calm and a vanilla whipped neutral. It is trending for creating clean, minimalist manicures, including Milky, Pearlescent, and elevated French tip designs. Okay, this was AI when I asked Cloud Dancer color of the year nail polish. This is what came up. And then there are some websites that are provided, links and stuff. So Cracked Polish is provided, Spa Ritual, Orly, and Tammy Taylor Nails. Let's talk about my personal collection. First, I did swatch these, majority of these on my nails. I felt better. These would be more helpful to you if I swatched them on my hands instead of a plastic nail, because this is already, you know, white. And so I thought you guys would get a better visual of what it looks like. I also pulled manicures from Instagram of anything that I have posted on there and that I've worn, so that I could provide some pictures of manicures for you as well. All right, so let me start off with this polish, which is called Arctic Jelly. Arctic Jelly. I have a hard time saying that. This is a part of a sheer collection that I found from ESSIE. I think it was sometime last year, and I can't remember around when. Possibly spring, could have been summer. I cannot remember. I bought a few of the polishes in this collection. I think there was a pink, purple or blue or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was up like a purple. And then I also was very much interested in the white polish because I, again, love white manicures. And this one I did try to apply by itself on a sheer, over top of a sheer base coat, and didn't very much like it. I do have some ridges on my nails, so the application was not the best. This is a very, very sheer white. Let me show you guys. It's more sheer than Marshmallow or Funny Bunny if you are familiar with them. And maybe you guys won't see it here. God, because it's coming off very opaque, I think, from what I see in on my phone. But it is very sheer. I applied this, I think this is 2 coats on my nails. Look at how soft it looks though. There is a difference between a jelly or a crelly and a cream white, and I will show you guys some cream whites as well. There's something a little bit softer about this polish, and this one I don't like it over top of a clear base coat. I much prefer it over something that, a base coat that is tinted white, like this one from Orly, for instance. It's a strengthening something. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys to see. I'll also link them or list them down below. But a base coat that is a little bit white helps me out a little bit to blur out the tip of the nail, let's say, and it allows something like this to apply and look more even at 2 to 3 coats without having to add additional coats, basically. So today I put it over top of that base coat. I also did though put a rich filler on my nail, so I have 2 layers of base coat, excuse me, to allow this to apply evenly. And I love it. It is so soft, it is airy, it is pillowy, and I love it. It's so pretty. Okay, on the next, this nail, I have Marshmallow. I have talked about Marshmallow for many years because I love it. It is one of my favorite white polishes. You know, interestingly enough, in my 20s and 30s, I really loved wearing a lot of cream white nails, basically cream white polishes. But as I've gotten older, I still enjoy a white manicure, but I much prefer it looking a little bit softer and not quite as, you know, stark and in your face. And Marshmallow gives me that because, again, it is a white. Sorry. It is a white, but it is softer than a cream white. Like, let's go, hold on. This is a cream white, for instance. You see how much softer Marshmallow is? The undertone of this is almost like it has a little bit of a beigey tone. And so it's slightly more of a warmer type of white. And I love that about it. Or no, this one has more of a pinky tone. Yeah, I think Funny Bunny is the one that has more of that cream. I can't tell. Not in this lighting, but maybe you guys can see it. It is just so pretty. This is a couple of coats on my nails. Again, same base coats that I mentioned earlier. I put that on all my nails. And I love it. I have oftentimes worn this by itself as a pedi and a mani. I think in most last year I wore it a lot combined with other polishes, and it works so well. It's so pretty. Okay, I do want to mention before I move on, Funny Bunny. I cannot find my bottle of Funny Bunny. I actually put off recording this video for the last couple of weeks because I've been looking for it. I can't find it anywhere. It's not under my bed. It's not on the nail polish racks. It's not in my drawers. I have no idea where the heck it went. But the show must go on. I didn't want to keep putting this video off. I do want this video to go up in January. And so we're going to have to talk about it without the physical bottle, unfortunately. But if you have not tried Funny Bunny, I highly encourage you to do so. Funny Bunny and Marshmallow from ESSIE, by the way. These last 2 were from ESSIE. I don't know if I mentioned that. Funny Bunny and from OPI and ESSIE from Marshmallow, they have a similar finish. So both Crellys, they're not full on creams. There is a little bit of transparency, and they look almost a little fluffy on the nails, right? A little squishy on the nails. If you don't have either one, you know, pick one, whichever one you like. They both work very, very well. I think a Funny Bunny is a very popular color, and it's for good reason, and it's been a popular color for so many years for good reason. It's so beautiful. I'm sure I have a pedicure picture because I wear it as a pedi quite a bit. I really do love that color on the toes, but I think I may also have a incorporated into a manicure to share with you guys on screen. It's just so good. Now, if you don't have ridges or anything, any issues on your nails, a good 3 coats will cover very well, and they even out very well. There's no balding or streakiness whatsoever once you get to that 3rd coat. First coat is a little bit, you know, is a little bit tricky. Okay, let me talk about this one. This is another one from ESSIE. A lot of these are from ESSIE, guys, because I just love their sheer polishes from ESSIE. This is called Lace Is More. This, though, if you will see, it is slightly pink, but once layered, it ends up looking more white than pink on the nails, which is why I pulled it, because it is a very soft, I would say soft, the softest pink ever. It just has a lot more white. It's on this nail, if you can see. So more white than pink, which is why I pulled it. So it's not straight up white, just FYI. But I pulled out stuff that I have in my collection that I think fits into the color category. But I do want to show you guys. This is Lace Is More. It's from the Gel Couture line from ESSIE. And this one has a pretty little gold shimmer that I adore. I like the shimmer in this one. I think it helps the application of this polish, and it does help it apply a little bit better. And so this is Marshmallow, and this is Lace Is More. So white still, but with a drop of red that makes it, it gives it that little pink tone. It is super pretty. The shimmer, though, is very delicate on the nail. It's not something that is going to stand out too much. You can see it slightly. You have to look hard, but you can tell that it's not a straight up cream. It's just so pretty. Okay, this one's a little bit more beigey for sure, but I still wanted to point it out because I'm thinking soft, serene type of colors. Yes, not white, but this is that kind of, gives you that kind of feel. This one is called, I think, Sheer Fantasy. Yeah, it's Sheer Fantasy. This has no shimmer. The trickier formula, most definitely, out of Lace Is More has a much better formula. Easier application for sure than Sheer Fantasy from ESSIE. This is also slightly pinky beige, I would say, but let me bring out Marshmallow. You can see how much more of that color brings out. So I have that one on my index, but if I pull it back, they almost look white, which is, I thought they were fitting for this color. They're just so pretty. I do want to mention, though, that I remember, I can't remember if it was this one. I don't know. One of these I've seen in store recently, and the bottle looks, the polish in the bottle looks a little bit more pink than what I own. So I don't know if the color changed. I'm not sure what happened. Mine, though, are slightly pink, but not as pink as what I've seen recently. Just in case you go into the store and it looks completely off. They look different from my bottles for sure. Okay, let's do this hand and then we'll get into the thumbs. These two are the Arctic Jelly and then Marshmallow once again. And then on my middle finger, I have Vanity Fairest, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Vanity Fairest from ESSIE. This is from their regular line. I told you guys I love the ESSIE. These type of polishes I adore from ESSIE. So I have several of them. And I have it on my middle finger. And right next to Marshmallow, you can see the little tone of pink. I have worn this polish a lot. A lot of these you guys will see a lot of wear. There's a visible fill line because I wear them a lot, be it by themselves, as pedicures. I wear them a lot for as a base for some kind of nail design. They just work perfectly for that. I think they're just so perfect. Now, Vanity Fairest is similar to Lace Is More. Let's see. I don't know if my camera will pull, but Vanity Fairest has a silver shimmer. I don't know if it's pulling. And let me compare it to Lace Is More. Because Lace Is More has the gold shimmer, but Vanity Fairest has the silver. It's just so pretty. I love Vanity Fairest. Also, slightly pink, but it has a lot of white in it. And it's sheer. All of these that I've talked about so far, they're all very, very sheer polishes. They will all require a few coats. Okay, this one is more beigey, and it's Ballet Slippers from ESSIE. This is not my favorite polish. I am using it to finish it out, but honestly, the formula is just too tricky for me. Above even Sheer Fantasy, I find Ballet Slippers it's just not my cup of tea. I like the color. I just don't love it enough. But you can see from afar, it looks almost white, slightly beigey on my nails for sure. But again, that serene type of color that I think the Pantone is describing. So figured I'd mention it. If you have it, you can bring it out. And let's see. Excuse the little boo-boo on my hand. I don't even know. On my finger. I don't know where I got that. So more beigey. And let's go so I can show you guys how the color difference, because this is a cream white, and then it brings out more of the pink in Vanity Fairest, and then more of the beige in Ballet Slippers. Okay, my thumb, the best white that I own is from Color Club, and this is called French Tip. One coat white. Since the moment I opened this bottle, it beats any white I've ever tried. Color Club though is a brand that I have to order online if I want to get a polish from them. I've had this polish for years. It has thickened up as I've used it, and my bottle is about here, but still manageable. It's still applicable. It's not thick where I can't apply it anymore, or it's stringy. And I'm telling you, I've had it for over maybe 3 years, I'm pretty sure. It's just such a good formula. It performs well above any other white that I've ever tried. This is a cream. And I remember reading in a site I mentioned earlier that Cloud Dancer is not meant to be a sterile type of white, and I find creams like this cream and a couple other white creams, they're more sterile. This doesn't have like let's say like a pinky tone to it. It doesn't have like a cool tone or beigey tone. It's just straight up white. This is what I would consider a sterile white, and that is not what the Pantone color is supposed to be. I still though wanted to mention it because you can wear whatever favorite white you have in your collection, and if it's a cream white, then bring it out, right? So so this is Color Club's French Tip, and it's just a cream white. It's so good. I applied 2 coats on my nail. Okay, but I do have a couple other whites in my collection. This one being another one. This is from Holo Taco. I have this one on my other thumb. I think it's labeled not your Milky White, or not your other Milky White, or something Milky White, not another Milky White or something. of the sort. This is not a white I would recommend personally if you need to order, because you need to order this online. I don't know how much this retails for, but I know it's not like let's pull it up. Why don't we? Holo Taco, not Milky White. There it is. Let's see. ESSIE Blanc, right? Let me compare, because ESSIE Blanc you can find it in store, and I'm pretty sure it's not as okay. So ESSIE Blanc is $10, and then the Holo Taco one is $13. I would say save the $3 and just get ESSIE Blanc, because formula wise this is not better than Blanc. It's just not. And really and honestly, neither of them meet the standards of the Color Club white polish, in my opinion. And I don't think Color Club French tip is Color Club French tip. Okay, let's see how much this is. French tip, $8.50. You'll have to pay shipping, obviously, depending on whatever their requirements are. I have this white polish in my collection. That's the point. And it's a cream white, but it's not the best white I've ever tried. Yes, it's not milky, but it's also not the best white. It's just a okay white. This was 2 coats, and I think 2 coats is good. I may require maybe one very thin coat. I don't know if my camera will capture a little bit of the balding in this area. So anyways, I have that one, and then I also have ESSIE's Blanc. I'm sure I don't know if I have a manicure or what have you. This usually takes 2 to 3 coats to cover the nail, relatively similar to the Holo Taco one. Sorry, I have my glasses on. It's a good white. It's a good basic white that you can find at the drugstore. I actually think that this one from ORLY is better. This is called Blanche something. Point Blanc. It's like a French tip type of white polish. The white polishes that are sold for French tips, they seem to be or have more opacity, so they cover very well at one coat. So like this one from ORLY quite a bit. The only thing I don't like about this one is that the brush is pretty slim because, you know, French tip, but I would prefer something a little bit of a wider brush to be able to paint my whole nail. But for French tip, I mean, that works. That'll work just fine. All right, and then I do have a couple other white polishes. They are creams, but they have a drop of something else, let's say. This one is called I Can Only Wear OPI from OPI. It is a white with a drop of black, and it grays it out just a tad bit. So that's that one. It's really great white. So it's a little bit, it's a white, but it's not as bright and in your face, still visibly white on the nail, but it's not like stark white, right? So this is like cannoli, and then next to French tip from Color Club. So you can see the slight grayish tone. By itself though, it does end up looking more white than the gray that's coming up here. And then one that I'm working through in my project polish is called My Boyfriend Scales Walls. And this is another one from OPI. And let me actually pair it up to I Cannoli because it's a little bit more white than I Cannoli. My Boyfriend Scales Walls is a white with a drop of black as well. So it's slightly grayed out, just a tad bit, but not as much as I Cannoli. See? Really, really gorgeous. Let me pair it up with the white though, so you can see a little bit more of the gray. See? It's so pretty. Thinner formula for this one. It takes about 3 coats. And I do usually have to be careful not to flood my nails. And then I brought this white that is awesome. This is from Orly, and this is slightly beigey. It's so pretty. It's called Ceci Blanc. You guys, some of you guys shared with me something about basic white, not something white. I can't remember exactly what you guys said it means, but it is a white with almost like a drop of yellow. So it's slightly beigey. So good. I wore it this past fall. I wore it as a manicure. I love wearing this as a pedicure. It's so good. I just like white polishes for pedis. They just look so good year round. And this is a great color to wear to me during the fall and the winter. Same thing with these two other white polishes, more fall winter. These are more cold weather type of white polishes to wear. I find that these two, like Marshmallow and then that white jelly from ESSIE, more spring, summer, really year round because they're just white, right? But they're a little bit more like fresh looking on the nail. So to me, they fit very well during spring and summer if you want to put it in a seasonal category. And then these others that have a little bit more pink, really year round. I wear these all the time. It doesn't matter the time of year. And then I have a few others because it was mentioned pearlescent type of polish. AI is who recommended that. If you want to bring these out, I brought the three that I have. So this is a Frost from Sally Hansen. You guys have seen this in other videos. I think I featured these in my glazed donut video recommendation, as well as whatever other videos I've shared these polishes many times. This is called Frost Comes Love. It's from Sally Hansen, and it's a part of the Diamond Strength line. It's a pretty frost. It's so pretty. There's actually another one that I have. Where did I put that polish? There's another one from Sally Hansen that's almost iridescent, I would say. I just don't know where the heck I put it. Did I not bring it out? Oh. It's so pretty. Something Love, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. Where did I put that polish? Okay. And then I have Happy Anniversary. This is a glass fleck. It's from OPI. It's so good. I love this polish. Wore it during Christmas. I'll find any excuse to wear this polish because I love it. And then Kyoto Pearl, which is a white frost. And let me bring out this one from Sally Hansen. Maybe you guys will be able to tell. It's like color difference. There's a little bit more of a, almost like a yellowy tone in the one from Sally Hansen. But this one is just slightly, this one's warmer. This one from Sally Hansen than Kyoto. Both are really, really beautiful. Let me actually see if I have that one polish that they're talking about, because there was this one from, there's this one polish that I really like from Sally Hansen. Oh, but I have rainbow. Oh no, I did find them. These two. Okay. Yeah. So found the polish that I was talking about earlier. This is Sally Hansen Diamond Dust. I think it's called Love something. Brilliant Blush. Sorry, not Love. Look at how pretty this is. That pearlescent. Look at that little red fine shimmer. It's so pretty. I also have Rainbow from China Glaze. I've had this for, it's embarrassing to say how long. I think it's called Rainbow. Yep. From China Glaze. It's more of a pearlescent white. So it's a white, but it's similar to this one. It has that very fine pearl running throughout. But the one from Sally Hansen I find to be a little bit warmer. It's such a gorgeous color. I've worn this several times, as you can see. I loved it. Same thing with the one from China Glaze. But the one from China Glaze I have not reached for in a really, really long time. And then I think also would be great if you guys would pull out white polishes like these that have that, they're shimmers and they have that really pretty pearl running throughout. Look at that. That's so pretty. Very visible on the nails. If you want to put it as an accent nail, maybe you do a full white manicure and you put that one as an accent nail just to add a little bit of a, you know, a little subtle color difference. You know, very pretty little flash of color, but very delicate. This one from ESSIE is called Let It Bow. And this is more of a glitter. Great for winter, by the way. I don't think it's gonna pull the little reflective glitter that leans a little purple, blue, green, something like that. I don't know if my camera will pull, but this is really pretty. Let's see. This one too is really pretty. Now I'm starting to pull everything else out, guys. This is called Crystal Clear Intentions. So this will give you more of a, if you put it over a blue, it'll bring out a lot of like blue tones or something. Like it's a very reflective, almost color shifting type of polish. It's really, really, really pretty. Still white, you know, but a little bit more, you get a little bit more shifting, more than what you see here, of course. Like you're not seeing it here, but you see that? So pretty. Let me share with you guys what is on Marie Claire's website. They are recommending pre-show jitters. I'll take screenshots and sorry, I have my poncho because I was getting a little cold, but now it's getting a little warm. All right, pre-show jitters from the Gel Couture line from ESSIE. ESSIE just has a ton of these type of polishes, and so, you know, I think they're just your safest bet to find something. That ESSIE in general, from the regular line or their Gel Couture line. They also have Leia from Zoya recommended here, and Holo Tacos Not Milky White is recommended here. So if you don't have issues with your nails, maybe that one will cover well at 2 coats. For me, I have little ridges, so I usually have trouble with white polishes to not get the balding in certain areas. So I have to be a little bit more picky, I guess, when it comes to the cream whites. Color Club, whether I have ridges or not, it always covers at 1 coat though, which is why I love that one. It's a reliable white. And then ORLY's website, they have some recommendations here. So they have Cloud 9 from ORLY. I'm on ORLY's website. They also have Barely There from their breathable line. It looks like both of these are white polishes, but slightly beigey. Same thing with Sea Spray. Sea Spray though looks like it's has a little bit of a pearl finish of some sort. Yeah, there's a pretty little reddish fine pearl running throughout, which is so pretty. And actually the base looks almost white but slightly grayed. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then breathable line, once again, white tips. I'm assuming this is their French tip type of polish. They also have a white tips, which is another French manicure tip type of polish. These are, I often find when I try the French tip type of white polishes, they're more opaque than a regular white cream that's not advertised for French tip, let's say. The breathable line, once again, light as a feather, is it looks like a white, but it seems to have a little bit of a pinky tone to it. Yeah, almost like a pinky purple, very like a whisper of this color, like Pantone website says. And then let's see, Bohemian Child. Oh, this looks like a Crelly. Hey, I didn't even bring out Crellys with glitters. So Bohemian Child from ORLY is a Crelly. It looks like it has black little specks. That is so cute. Different sized hexes. Super cute. I didn't even think to bring out my Crellys. The base color would fit into this color category, but I didn't want to bring anything with glitter. All right, Pure Porcelain from ORLY is also one that's being recommended. Wow, all of these for the Pantone. Yeah, Pantone Cloud Dancer, all of these. Okay, ORLY. Pure porcelain. All right, so this one has a little bit more of, it looks like a purpley type of tone as well. Soft, okay, it's a soft pink white cream with delicate undertones offering a smooth opaque coverage that is super pretty. All right, and then On a Break, which looks like it is a white that has a tiny bit of gray. Yeah, a purple gray toned white. So bring out all of the white polishes you have, even if they have a slight added color hue of some sort. I'm trying now to think of others that I have. And then they also obviously are recommending Point Blanc. And then from their gel color line, they're recommending Ceci Pause Blanc. I don't know why they're not recommending the cream one though. But they are recommending it in the gel form. All right, in style, they are more focused, I guess, on nail designs, white nail designs inspired by Pantone's 2026 color of the year. So a French manicure, but it's like a white on white. So a sheer white all over your nail, and then an opaque white on the tip of the nail. That's super cute. And then a white polka dot. So it looks like, this seems like almost like a gradient nude of some sort, base, and then tiny little polka dots scattered throughout the nail, and then a cloud design, literal. They went very literal. Okay, so cloud design on your nails. That's something that I'm personally interested in. And then some white stars. So really a lot of nail art type of stuff with white nails, little swirly designs, iridescent white almond nails. Very interested in that. That's really pretty. The milky whites. Let's see. Okay. All right, so nail art designs. I'll leave the links down below for you guys. And then this one, this website, which is bizarre, is saying how to create cloud nails. So I guess they're seeing it more of like a not cloud like nail design, but a feel on your nails. And they're saying for this, all right, so Streets explains that proper nail prep is essential. Okay, whatever. Nail plate should be clean. Okay. Choose a milky or sheer pearlescent white as your base color. Then apply just one thin coat, even coat. The key here is restraint, advises Mason. You want the polish to be sheer enough that your natural nail shows through, creating that cloud-like effect. I cannot read today. In short, I think of it as a wash of color rather than an opaque coverage. All right, to enhance the dreamy effect even further, you could mix 2 or 3 drops of a thinner with your base polish, letting it sit for 10 minutes before applying. This will achieve a beautifully diluted formula with a thinner consistency, so it creates an ultra sheer watercolor like color with the barely there cloud effect. I don't often find that to be if I add a few drops of thinner into my nail polish, I don't often find it gets it sheer enough to where it gives me more of a curly finish. So I'm not quite sure what they mean by that. And then there are some polishes that are recommended here, like the Mavala nail polish in Icy Dusk, Cure Bizarrely Vernis in Illuminator in Blanc, and then Nails Inc. It's Topless in Sydney. That's funny. Alrighty. And I think that's about it for that website. There is another website, Who, What, Where. Oh, they're talking about more wardrobe, clothing type of stuff. I wear white clothing once in a while, but it's not often. I get my clothes dirty all the time, so the darker the better for me, personally. I'm just a hot mess. I always get stuff on my sweaters, on my tops. It's just not the friendliest color to wear when it comes to clothing, so I much prefer wearing it as nails. nail accents. It's better. Okay, that's gonna be everything. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful and inspirational. Hopefully this video encourages you to bring out all of your white polishes, white creams, white glitters, white whatever, right? Pair them up with different colors in your collection to come up with really pretty combinations. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let's start a conversation, and I will chat with you guys in the next one. Bye.